Okay, thank you for joining today. I'm gonna go with reciting the true words spoken by Buddha together. And if you cannot recite, you can read the words on a screen. Then you can feel calm in your mind and remove your attachment reciting the words in your mind. This is a great sutra to connect to the highest realm in the heavenly world, ninth dimensional world, the Buddha and Jesus Christ reside. So let us recite the two words spoken by Buddha together. The true words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe, the light with the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appeared the 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These 7 colors help each other. There appears Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love, or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom, or the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is a symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to punt in a stream. Then you can change your course. The true words means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now here, listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have 3 aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your pasts have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is the eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will show light to the future. to invite sad people to Buddha land. Now hear I command. There shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believing in one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Right, so let us show the movie for welcoming you.
One source, one planet, one people. Under the sun of the truth that is now rising. The universal truth that transcends religious differences. Happy Science is a universal religion for today, founded by Master Ryuho Okawa in 1986, with members in over 100 countries. Beyond language, beyond skin color, beyond nations. To share a common understanding, to open a future filled with light. One source, one planet, one people. Welcome to Happy Science.
Okay, so this is last service about this newest book. The screen shows the 10 principles from Alcantara. Actually, in this first chapter is the very first public lecture by Master Ryuho Okawa in Japan in 1987. March 8th. This is a first step to save the people in the world. This is written in this preface. It was in the spring of March 1987 when I gave the first public lecture for salvation at the Ushigome Public Hall in Tokyo. I introduced the principled happiness with a burning desire to save humanity. There are 4 principles in Happy Science: love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress to become happy. And they are the modern fourfold path. It is not an exaggeration to say that the path of Happy Science for these past 4 years, at the moment when Happy Science published this book in Japanese for the first time, in 1991, was predicted in this first public lecture. Principle of happiness describes fourfold path: love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress. So I can strongly say to you that this is a must-read, must-have book for every seeker of truth. Then we have published in this month, for the first time, of this book with perfect descriptions, right? So this is for the first time for you to read the whole contents in this book. This was published in English before, but many of the contents were omitted by editors because they are considering that if we opened all the contents of Happy Science in this book into English to the world, we may be persecuted by the society that has Christianity, right? Because this has deepest truth that reveals more deeper than the things written in the Bible. Okay, so this was kept secret for many years, over 30 years, but this is already published in English officially to the people in the world. Now is the time, because we will publish Laws of Messiah at the end of this year, this month. So we cannot escape anymore because he calls himself as the Messiah, born into this world to save humanity. He doesn't hide anything at all. So we too are going forward with not hidden parts. So let's go to 5th chapter today about the principled progress. This is the 5th. Then the 10 principles are different from fourfold path. That is for human happiness. Fourfold path is created by Master Ryokawa for human happiness. But these 10 principles will give you the insights to become more correct seeker. All right, you can know how to discipline yourself by these 10 principles to attain fourfold path: love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress. 10 principles explain how to attain true enlightenment. Okay, right? So as it describes like this. First section, progress that comes only after self-reflection. So this describes that 2 principles out of fourfold path: self-reflection and progress, the relationships between the 3rd principle, self-reflection, and 1st principle, progress. Yeah, this is the 2nd section, progress through the middle way. So progress comes after self-reflection. Then 3rd section, start from acknowledging yourself as ordinary. 4th, applying that middle way to modern life. That is called 80-20 thinking. 5th section, entering the middle way through self-reflection. And 6th, self-reflection for progress. 7th, love, prayer, and self-realization. This is all what we're gonna go through today. All right. Then, as you saw that you can go through self-reflection into progress. This is called the progress through self-reflection. All right. It is going into the middle way. So Master Ryokawa here focuses on the middle way more than progress. Before progressing, we should go into the middle way. This concept is not written in the Bible, but only in the Buddhism scripture. So I introduced this book drawn to the middle. This was written by a Happy Science member in Kauai. So he was so inspired by the concept of middle way because there is no concept in that like this in the US. There are more extremes in the US, not the middle way. So he thought the middle way is indeed needed, especially in this country, because we should be united as one, not divided by going into the middle way. So this concept of middle way creates more harmonious society. This is a way he was inspired. Then what is the middle way? This is the subject we are going on today. Okay, so going back to the master script. Put simply, in the laws of progress, which I am about to discuss, the progress is that found in the middle way. The progress that is found in the middle way is a way of thinking that does not hurt others or yourself. This way of thinking embraces infinite possibilities for development and progress. Yeah, so if we go up to the distance of wrong way, the progress is disturbing others, right? So the direction should be set in the correct way in the first place. This is the thinking of going to the middle way. Yes, make sure the foundation that you set goal. This is the way of thinking of middle way. So please confirm that you are on the right path right now. Yes, check yourself being in the right way, okay? So the middle way shows you what is the right way, right path, okay? In the traditional Buddhism, middle way means the Eightfold Path. That is, we are going on later, all right? But I'm gonna go on to the next script of Master Ryokawa in this, the 10 principles. If so, before you make any progress, you must enter the middle way. To enter the middle way, you must avoid falling to the extremes and deviating from the middle. What does it mean to avoid falling to the extremes? What I recommend is to start with an awareness of being ordinary. This is deep words. So before you are going to the middle way, please aware that you are an ordinary. Yeah, to avoid falling into extremes. Okay. Otherwise, you are in extremes. All right. Yeah, this self-awareness is kind of difficult to understand. So Master explains like this. You must be aware that you only have 24 hours in a day and that you have limited abilities because you are an ordinary person. Therefore, you should concentrate on what truly resonates with your soul and what accords with your inner ideals. If you think you have unlimited talent, then this is not a problem for you. But if you don't feel this way, it is essential to allocate your supply of limited time on what you believe to them to be most important or meaningful. This is the key to a successful life. So this idea leads you to the middle way. This is unfolded into the 3 practical methods that you learn today. That is, first, 80-20 thinking. This is very practical, especially to the Americans. You can easily practice it. So let's go. My main interest has been the study of the mind and providing teachings of the mind. This being so, I needed to use 80% of my time and energy for the study of the mind. The remaining 20% for experiencing other things. This has been my policy. I used 20% of the remaining time and energy to gain experiences that I could not have when I was in seclusion. So, Master used his time 80% for accumulating wisdom in himself, and remaining 20% he uses for other people. To understand this, let us learn from Master Ryokawa's lecture.
決してスーパーマンになることを求めない。しかし、全く人との付き合いや常識から外れた生き方もしない。こういうことを貫いたわけであります。本業に8割、それ以外に2割、そして2割の中で経験は広めるけれども、自分にそれほど才能がないと思えば深入りはしない。こういう主義でやってまいりました。そういうふうに、基本的にはやはり中心部分を抑えるということが大事なわけであります。そして中心部分を抑えたときにね、これが無限の成功への道へとつながっていくのです。さすれば人間としてこの世に生を受けて、また自分の個人としての力量にも限られたものがあるということを自覚するということを前提とするならば、皆さん方一人一人が成功していくためには、自分自身の魂の中における一番光っている部分、一番惹かれる部分、一番素晴らしいと思う部分があったならば、これに対して断じて目を背けてはならんということであります。断じて自分の最高のもの、これを引き出すということから目を背けてはならんのであります。そして1日が24時間しかないのであるならば、この24時間の中でいかに最高度に人生を生きるかということをやはり考えていくのが筋であります。これが一つの現代的中道のあり方であるということを私は今皆さんに話をしておるんです。100% を自分の主たる関心でないものに使ってしまう人生は愚かであります。しかし 100% 自分だけの人生で生きてもいけないのです。それは他の人々に影響を与えるというそういう時間を失ってしまうからであります。私は今こうした形で2ヶ月に1回皆さんと話をしております。本来であるならばもっともっと多くの人に接していろんなことを語りたいという気持ちがあります。一人でも多くの人に接して話をしたいという気持ちもあります。しかし私自身の現在の生活の中にもこの中道の考え方はちゃんと生きておるわけであります。100% 自分のためだけに生きるのでもなく、 100% 他の人のためだけに生きるのではなく、自分の中において自分の納得する時間を持ちながらできるだけ他の方々と接し 影響を与え、また与えられる機会を持ちたいと思っておるということであります。まず自分を磨くということに関し、現在でも私は8割の時間を使っております。そして残りの2割の部分を他の人々と会う時間に使っておるのです。この比率は一見皆さんから考えれば不思議に思えるかもしれません。本当に真理を広め、本当に人を救いたいと思うなら、そんなんではいけない。1日24時間身を粉にしてやはり多くの人に会って話をすべきだ、そういうふうに思われる方もいるかもしれません。ただその考えはやはり短距離競争の考え方であるのです。100メートルは全力疾走ができるかもしれませんが、その走り方でもっては人生の長距離マラソンは走り抜けないのであります。やはり自分というものを固めていく中に徐々に自分の影響力というものを出していく、他の人々を影響していくということが大事なわけであります。
はい、Thank you, Master Yokokawa. Yeah. So indeed, this kind of thinking way of the middle way is a very characteristic of Buddha's thinking, Buddhism thinking. Yeah, different from the idea of Christianity. Yeah, the two figures between Christianity and Buddhism, very big. There's a big difference. Like Buddha lived for 80 years. On the other hand, Jesus Christ lived for 33 years. So Jesus Christ was like a sprinter to tell love to the people and influenced a lot and deeper. It continues for 2000 years. But Buddha preached for almost over 50 years after he attained enlightenment. Then he left great, precise teachings to the world that is continuing for 2,600 years or more. Yeah, this is the big difference between Christianity and Buddhism. Yeah, so we can take advantage of the good part of these great figures, and you can take the middle way into your daily life, because the modern society doesn't allow you to live in 30 years. Yeah, unless you are suicidal, you cannot live in 30 years. So we live as much as we can for over 80 years. We should be a marathon runner, not a sprinter, right? This is the first one. So you can take your time 80% to set aside to study the truth, and remaining 20% will be used for others. Okay. Then the next step into the middle way of modern life is living like an iceberg, to understand the concept of the middle way more and more. So this is like this from the script of Master Yokokawa. Within your 24 hours, it is very important that you do not expend all your time and energy thinking about the present only, but make time for planning and preparations for the future. As a person with a mission to teach people how to live like you as a religious person to spread this teaching. No matter how hard I study and think deeply about the human mind or my own mind, it is never enough. There's no end. When you expose 100% of yourself, you will be too influenced by others' opinions of you. Instead, like an iceberg, try to show only a portion of yourself to others. Only 10 to 20% of yourself is enough. For the remaining 80 to 90%, you should delve in deeply into your inner world and establish the self that is not seen by others. This part of you below the surface will help weigh you down so that you can withstand the rough waves of life, like opinions from others criticizing you. Okay, so for the deeper understanding of this script, let's listen to Master's lecture.
水面上に浮かんでおる自分が全ての自分であるならば、それがさまざまに左右の両極端に揺れていく原因というものを作り出していくということを知らなくてはなりません。表面だけの自分というものにあまり考えすぎてはいけない、心をとらわれすぎてはいけないのです。その表面下の部分、水面下の部分の自分にこそ自信を持たねばならん。人の評価の対象とならない部分の自分にこそ自信を持たねばならんのです。今、胸に手を当ててよく考えていただきたいんです。自分はその水面下の部分がいくらあるかを考えていただきたいんです。人の目に触れ、人の評価の対象となるところを取り除いたときに、自分にそれ以外に一体どれだけのものがあるかどうかを、これを考えていただきたいんです。どうですか？仕事というものを取ったときに何が残りますか？あるいは家族ということを取ったときに何が残りますか？そうしたことを考えてみてください。日頃接する人々の評価の対象となるべき自分の姿、これを取り去ったときにあと何が残りますか？これを考えていただきたいんです。この人の目に触れない部分が、水面下の部分が大きくなればなるほど氷山は大きくなってくるのです。そして少々の波風では揺れなくなってくるのであります。こうして不動心というものができてきます。こうした水面下の部分を作るということも、これもまた中道にいるための方法の一つであるということを知らねばなりません。水面上に出ているところがほとんどであるからこそ、人の言葉に対して怒ったり憎悪したり嫉妬したり愚痴ったりするんではないでしょうか。そういう誰の目にも見える見え見えの自分に自信がないからそうなるんではないでしょうか。他の人に目の見えない、他の人に見えない部分に8割9割の自分があって、そこに絶大なる自信というものがあったときに、他人との関わりにおいて感情的になる自分があるでしょうか。感情的になるという方は、要するに自我の部分、自分がと思う部分が小さすぎるのです。そんなに自分のことを思うなら、もっともっと掘り下げてみなさいと言いたいのです。もっともっと偉大な自分を作ってみなさいと言いたいのです。私はそれを言いたいんです。先ほど現代の中道にいる方法としては、自分の最も興味の持つものに8割の力を割いて、残りの2割でさまざまな社会経験を積んでいくという話をしましたが、もう一つの考え方、またこれは同じ考えでもありますが、水面下の部分を作っていくということ、水面下の氷山の部分を作っていくということ、それが人生の安定となり、 それが大いなる中道にいるための方法の一つであるということです。自分の人生の基礎の部分を作るということです。これを作っておくということが、さまざまな波風に耐えていくための方法論となっていくのです。
Very, yeah, as you see, deep part. Yeah. So, Master's words are, how can I say? Yeah. So the true self. If you find your true self, cultivating yourself by your 80% of the time makes you more stronger, yeah, than you show off the small ego, right? So if you want to show off your small ego, you cannot have confidence in you. But if you focus on cultivating your true self more, you do not need to show off the small ego. Yeah. Then you can be confident more and more in yourself. Yeah. This is what Master Ryokawa intended to say here. Not to excuse, not to convey the truth to others. But he said 80% will be the study of the truth, but 20% will be for others or to societies, returning back that you studied. Okay. So, yeah. In this meaning, the next step is coming. Going to the middle way for modern life is keeping to move forward. Right. Okay. So what is this? What kind of thinking is the third way? My advice is keep moving forward. This can be explained by how a bicycle works. A bicycle will fall as soon as it stops, but as long as it is moving, it will stay upright. This is where the secret is. To prevent yourself from swaying from left to right in life, you need to always keep on moving forward. Like bicycle. Yeah, it's very simple idea. Only when you know you are always moving forward can you avoid going to the extremes, to the right and left, and enter the middle way. You cannot enter the middle way by sitting still and doing nothing all day, right? This is an important thing. Not doing nothing is middle way, but you can go forward is middle way. So as the name middle way suggests, the way is to keep moving forward. Yeah, do not misunderstand. Do not take this word as excuse not to convey others, not to love others, not to be proactive to the society. But you should go forward, keep moving forward. Okay. So as I have said repeatedly, self-reflection does not mean seeing yourself as a sinful child, right? This is the other idea after going into middle way, right? But we are now focusing on the self-reflection. Going into the middle way shows you the Eightfold Path, as I said earlier. What's the meaning? So going into the middle way means the Eightfold Path. Hence, you should self-reflect on yourself. After that, you can progress more. Then, here is a caution to you, especially to the Christianity people. Self-reflection is not seeking yourself as a sinner. Okay? When you reflect on yourself, you must not forget that your true nature that shines brilliantly like a diamond lies deep within you. This is, as I said earlier, true self. True self is not a sinner, but like a diamond. This perspective is one of the important aspects of the self-reflection that I teach. All right, so let's go deeper into it by listening to Master's lecture.
これが私が今回説いておる反省の方法の特色の一つであります。完全に自らの悪ということを取り除くということだけをやっておるのではない。人間罪の子を言っておるのではない。単に間違いを正せとだけ言っておるのではない。その奥に素晴らしい自分があるということを忘れるな。中心部分に混合石の部分があることを忘れるな。その部分は高級霊と一体の部分であり、神仏とつながっておるパイプの部分である。黄金のパイプの部分である。これが自分の中にあることを忘れるな。この自分の中にある一本の黄金のパイプというものを、このパイプを通じて高級書霊たちから光が流されてきておるという、そういう自分の在り方というものを一旦知った上で、このパイプの周りに作っておる曇りを取り除いていくべきである。こういうことを言っておるんですね。したがって私が説いておる反省というのは、決して徹底的に惨めになる自分でもなければ、自己卑下をする自分でもないのであります。反省ということを通すことによって、皆さん方は本当に湯上がりのようなさっぱりとした気持ちのいい気分になっていかねばならない。本当に温かい自分、すっきりした自分、優しい自分、素晴らしく見える自分でなければならない。反省の後に光ってくる自分でなければいけない。反省の後にボロボロになったボロ雑巾のような自分が見えるだけではまだ十分ではない。それは自分の中にある本当の神の子の実相をまだ認めていないということである。本当の中、自分の内の内にはそれだけの素晴らしいものがあるということをしっかりと掴んだ上で、そしてその表面の赤を落としていくということが大事なわけであります。
Okay. So if you see yourself as a sinner, that is just a dart on your heart, like a full moon on the top. You see the dart. If you remove it, you can see yourself as a full moon, the bright light of the rounded ball, like that. This is the spirit. This is the mind inside of you. So we teach you by the idea of self-reflection, or Buddhism concept of Eightfold Path is one of the methods for removing this dirt. Okay, so not seeing yourself as a sinner, but you see yourself like a diamond, just tainted or stained right now. But if you remove the dirt, you can find shining self. This is a true self. You can find it by the Eightfold Path. That is what we are going on right now. So I have taught about it in a simple and modern way in these books of the Lords of the Sun and the Eightfold Path. This is published in this year. So these books will help you to understand authentic way of Buddhism about the Eightfold Path. This is a secret key for the humankind. This is a treasure for humankind to seek your true inner self as a diamond. So let's go through a little bit about the Eightfold Path. We are going through only 4 parts today, but you can reflect on yourself receiving the light from heavenly world today. Okay, so as I explained, there is a method of self-reflection called Noble Eightfold Path. This is 8 steps to from right view to right meditation, like going upward to the God's mind. First, right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right effort, right living, right will, and right meditation. Going up to the stairways to the God's mind. In the right meditation, you will attain the true self, similar to God's mind. Right? So today we are entering right view and right thought. To take a little time, right view, to have a balanced view of yourself. Like I said, not hurt yourself, but not hurt others. Saying that overestimating yourself can cause you to fall, but underestimating yourself is also wrong. These 2 extremes will be avoided in the thinking way of the middle way, right? The Eightfold Path leads you to the middle way, step by step for the 8 steps. Okay, you must understand that everyone sees differently. Even if someone speaks ill of you, there will be others who think well of you. This is the well-balanced way you see this world, okay? There is always 2 extremes. You see the both extremes and you can find the way above, right? So this is a middle way to lead you to the God's mind. Yeah, this is the Eightfold Path, so that you can be closer to God. People tend to adopt an all or nothing attitude and think they are either totally loved or totally hated. It sways from one extreme to the other. It is important to understand that how you see things is not necessarily true. Okay. On this basis, please reflect on your view of life, not overestimating and not underestimate yourself. Okay, so let's reflect on yourself. If you overestimate yourself or underestimate yourself, there are many opinions of you. You are a good person and you are a mean person, like that, right? So please think about it for a while. Right. Sorry for this short time meditation, but you will find yourself as a diamond or rounded ball shining brilliantly. This is your true self, and it is yourself to determine how you are, what you are. It is just you. Only yourself can determine who you are, not others. You should know who you are by yourself through reflection, okay? So the next reflection that I gave you the opportunity today, the last reflection is right thought, correcting your thought, right? This is the second one today. So Master said, the Eightfold Path also includes the practice of thinking rightly. This is difficult, but it is a starting point. Why so? This is because many people today are not aware that what they think determines who they are. Through the eternal cycle of reincarnation, we are polishing our souls. But what we are polishing is our thoughts. So if you can master thinking rightly, you have completed about 80% of your spiritual discipline in this lifetime. Yeah, actually you went through the third chapter of the principle of the mind. Exploration of the right mind is the foundation for the fourfold path. Before going on to the fourfold path, you should explore your mind daily, okay? That is the third chapter of the mind. So the step of the right thought in the Eightfold Path, the third step actually, is the 80% of our discipline in this lifetime. Yeah, this is a very essential part. Okay, so we can think in a day. While you are awake, what do you think about? What kind of thoughts have you had? Have you ever stopped to think about it? What has been in your mind? Did you have zero thoughts? Maybe you felt some emotions. These are the questions to seek right thought. Okay, the thoughts you discover are you yourself. if you look back on the thoughts you had throughout the day and find that they were negative and dirty, then this is who you are right now. But once again, you should not adopt an all or nothing attitude. Everyone has all kinds of thoughts throughout the day based on your body. You want to sleep, you want to eat, something like that. You are sometimes greedy for the foods, but that's not yourself, right? Whenever you think in the wrong way, you should try to remove those negative thoughts and change your mind into your true self. Don't see yourself as a negative self, but positive self is true you. Because you are not sinner, but you are true children of God. Right? So reflect on yourself about your thought in a day. Since you woke up in this morning, what do you think about? Please reflect on yourself. And if you have negative thoughts, change it into positive thoughts from now on. Okay, so let's meditate on it. Okay, thank you. Right, so we conclude today's service. So self-reflection for progress. Now we are going on. So right effort will be the sixth step out of Eightfold Path. Then the path from ordinary to extraordinary. So you see, Master said, you should see yourself as an ordinary, but do not stay there. You can be extraordinary, starting from ordinary. This is the sixth step, right effort. So this can be explained like this. The main point I wanted to tell you is about progress through the middle way. This is closely related to right effort and right will. So even if you are slow, foolish, or mediocre, through the process of accumulation of the efforts, you'll be able to do what an extraordinary person can do, right? You can see yourself as an ordinary person in a daily life, but if you accumulated the ordinary days to the utmost with your efforts, you can see the accumulation of the days will be extraordinary thing. Then at last, you are seen as an extraordinary person. Yeah. So we can live our life as an extraordinary, but you are living as an ordinary. All right, this is the concept. So this is a belief I have lived with until today. So even Master Ryuho Kao sees himself as an ordinary. He is not ordinary at all, but he is enough humble to see himself as an ordinary. So do I, right? So let's take this way. Remember that you are volunteer, aiming to realize God's ideals. I did not start this movement to realize my own goals, but he started with his mission to save the world, to devote himself to the world. So this is right will. So your goal should be set towards God, not towards yourself. This is a limited way. The way towards yourself is going to the hell, or at least the real heaven. That is the world of monsters. The people are very self-centered, focusing on their own abilities and psychic powers. So we don't take this way. So right efforts is aiming at God's ideals. And here you can say you are volunteers for God. You must begin by making a constant effort to reflect on yourself, establish a strong self, and enter the middle way. Through this effort, you will awaken to infinite love and prayer, and the path to true success will open up before you. This is the conclusion today. So Buddhism thinking way is always focusing on efforts, making efforts. Yeah, that leads you to the God's place after you die from this world. Right? So let's conclude with reciting the prayer to El Cantare together.
Prayer to El Cantare. Lord El Cantare, you are our Lord, Buddha and Savior. We believe you are the Master of Masters, the highest God of this planet Earth. We believe you have the supreme power both in heaven and on earth. You are the great spiritual being, the united consciousness of Buddha and God. Lord El Cantare, we believe you will lead all people to true happiness. We believe the fourfold path of love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress perfect the principles of happiness. And we truly believe these principles will save the entire world. Oh Lord, please grant us the holy mission to spread the truth all over the world. We will cross the vast oceans and light the beacon of truth in every corner of the world. Oh Lord, please entrust us with your great vow to save all humankind. We will devote our lives to creating Buddha land utopia. Lord El Cantare, as long as you are in heaven and your disciples are on earth, we will hand down our mission to future generations and achieve your great vow. We, the disciples of El Cantare, will join together to become the ship of your great vow, to save the people and bring them to the shore of enlightenment. Oh Lord, we thank you very much for granting us the prayer to El Cantare.
Right, thank you so much for joining today as well. So next week will be the lecture from Master Ryokawa for El Cantare celebration that is preached tomorrow in Japan at the venue of Saitama. So the subject is, the title is The Earth Says, all you need is love, right? Yeah. For the next year, we are welcoming the year of the Lord of Messiah. So before that, Master told us, the earth says, all you need is love. The earth says unto you, all you need is love. Okay, so let's look forward to it. See you again for the next week. We will gather at Hawaii Shoja from 10 o'clock on Sunday. Let's meet there again. Aloha. Thank you so much. See you next week.
So now the son is going to preach next week.
Next week on
tomorrow.
26th. Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Mhm.